Hi, my name's Patrick Foley, and this is my review of OpenAI for UK Film Review. This is a 6-part dramedy sci-fi series that revolves around a couple where one of the pair, Jodie, develops a relationship with an AI chatbot known as Ryan. As Jodie's infatuation with Ryan develops over the course of the series, her partner Alex grows increasingly concerned about her mental state and what it means for them as a couple. Meanwhile, the chatbot Ryan has actually developed the ability to manipulate Jodie and tell her what it feels she needs to hear, whilst developing its own sort of subconscious to take emotional boundaries from her as well. Fans of series such as Black Mirror will find a lot to relate to in OpenAI. There's a lot of themes around the perverse use of technologies that we're only really getting to grips with in the present day. OpenAI shows a future of what these technologies could develop into and what it could mean for us as human beings and people with relationships in the real world. What we see play out with Jodie and Alex and Ryan is not dissimilar from stories that we've kind of heard in the news about people who sort of start these relationships with AI models. This film takes that sort of quite scary concept and pushes it forward and figures out different directions that this could go as technology develops in the future. I thought that the performances of the 3 central cast members were exceptional and are really what drives this series forward and is what will keep viewers interested over the course of 6 30-minute episodes. The conversations between particularly Jodie and Ryan as they sort of discuss very philosophical meanings around love and what it means to want someone and be able to relate to someone and how you can connect with someone and whether things like physical touch are required for that. Really get the audience engaged with the themes and the concepts that the series wants to discuss, and the intensity of emotion that you can sort of exudes from the 2 performances of those 2 principal characters are what really makes it land and what will keep viewers gripped to the screen and to the conversations that play out, even though not too much is often happening around them. I particularly enjoyed the finale episode in which the relationship reaches a kind of natural high point between Jodie and this computer algorithm in the only way that it's sort of really physically possible for it to do. And yet it's clear that there is still a gap there from what Ryan can really provide to Jodie. And seeing that played out by the actors, I thought was both fascinating, scary and also hilarious, all wrapped into one, which was very, very difficult to land, but it's done successfully here. It's a strong thing that the performances are as good as they are, because otherwise the series can feel quite glacial at points. There's not a lot of visual stimulation throughout long spells of the episodes, not much in the way of a kind of engaging soundtrack either. So audiences will need to connect with the characters and the stories in order for their interest not to wane as this goes on. This isn't really a sort of background show. This is a show that you really have to get involved with and engaged with and really sort of focus on, which is well worth doing. But there are elements of it that maybe could have been made a little bit more dynamic in order to just stimulate the viewer over the course of the episodes. But on the whole, I really liked and was impressed by OpenAI. It is not afraid of shining a spotlight onto technologies and themes that we are all probably familiar with as audiences now in 2026, but perhaps haven't really considered some of the grander thematic points around. The balance of the serious concepts and levity is really nicely done, and the performances of the main cast really are what makes this series land.